Good morning. This is Mary Kay from Country Music Matters, and we welcome Texas native Sara Beth. How are you this morning?
I'm doing really good. Like I said, I don't have coffee today. I'm trying to be good for the vocal cords and drink hot tea, but I have a feeling after this I might have to switch to coffee. But to answer that question, I'm good.
How has CMA Fest been for you so far?
It's so much fun. Every year, it's better and better, and it's so cool because not only do you recognize more and more fans and you get to hug their necks and say thank you, but you also get to see more and more friends. Either friends that aren't in the music industry, friends that are in the music industry. And as an artist, it's really hard to actually get together with my girlfriends that are other artists. And so just to walk back in the green room and be like, oh my gosh, it's my friends that I haven't seen since, 6 months ago. And so it's just between fans and artists and just, we're a team, we're a family, and that's all of us put together.
Have you been here ever as a fan?
I haven't. No, my first trip to Nashville, growing up in Texas, I did a ton of stuff within the Texas scene. I went to a ton of different festivals and fairs and things like that. But my first time coming to Nashville was to come and have a meeting about doing some recordings. So I felt like a fan. I mean, I still am a fan, but definitely that first year, I was just awestruck. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I'm so out of my league here. But it's nice that it's more and more that I found a home here in Nashville. And like I said, I'm still a fan. Always a fan.
Now, how do you see the difference between the Texas country music scene and the Nashville, Texas music scene?
I think it's more of a little bit of a sound difference. It's, red dirt country music has its own sound, and then Nashville country music, it's just maybe a little more polished would be a great way to put it. But honestly, both of them are great. Both of them have great fans. Both of them have very loyal fan bases. And at the end of the day, it's people that love music and are passionate about music.
Well, after you graduated college, you went and taught music in the Dominican Republic. What led to that? Why that?
So I went to Baylor, and I was an entrepreneurship major, and I was part of a business honors program my senior year. And we went to the Dominican Republic with that class for a week. And we did a lot of stuff with the people there trying to build sustainable communities and help them with business plans. And one of the groups we met with was totally nothing to do with the business side of it, but just a volunteer organization based in Ithaca, New York called the Dream Project. So I just fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the kids. We were only there for about an hour meeting them. And I said, how can I help? Is there anything that I can do? And they said, well, you can either come back as a year-long volunteer, and sadly I didn't have a year. They said, or you can come back and you can teach or be a camp counselor for our summer camp program, which is 3 months. And so I was lucky enough to get selected to do that program, and I went down there, didn't know anybody, and just had a blast. It was a really amazing learning experience for me, as well as hopefully the kids.
And when you first came to Nashville, was it what you expected? What came up you didn't expect? Or how was your first?
I think what I didn't expect was that it's such a small community of people, which is really cool because, like I said, it is a family, and country music is different in that regard, I feel like, from any other genre. And I guess I'm not in any other genre, so I really don't know, but I feel that way. And I was just blown away by the people that I got to meet and the people I got to write with. And I don't think I came with any expectations. I just came willing to learn and wanting to learn, and just ready to jump in and go full speed ahead.
So you've toured in the UK in 2014. Yes. How was that experience for you, and what do you find there in country fans?
Like I said, it's kind of this, like they love music, and it's so cool because I'm actually going back in August. I go back in June for 2 shows, and then back in August for 13 shows this year. And they love music. And at the first time that I went over, very few country artists were going over to the UK, and now there's been more and more. But it's kind of a cool underground scene. And so it was so neat because my fan base really just grew through social media. We didn't do any press, really. We didn't do anything like that. It was all through word of mouth. And it was so cool to see how many people were showing up at these shows. And we had sold out shows. And, we just did it acoustic. It was the first time we went over, it was me and a guitar player. Then we went back, it was me and 2 guitar players. Glenn Mitchell being one of those, and he's going back with me this next time and opening the shows. But then this time we're going back full band. So just to see that audience continue to grow and to really be supportive. And I just released a new EP, and it was one of the highest charting pre-orders in the UK out of all genres for my EP, and that was in the UK. Yeah, it was number 16 on like all genres whenever it debuted, which was really cool. So I'm thankful. I'm just thankful for those fans.
Now tell us about your new single that's coming out July 12th.
Yeah, it actually, so this is where it's confusing because I'm an independent artist. I'm releasing the EP on July 12th, and the single was on my last EP because I love the song so much. I know it's confusing.
What's
it's confusing
the song?
to me. The name of it is You Rock My Rodeo.
Okay.
And I'm just really excited about this song. I wrote it with Glenn Mitchell and Sandy Ramos. So Glenn Mitchell wrote Live in Our Love Song. Sandy Ramos wrote Let Her Rep by the Dixie Chicks. And it's so much fun to perform. So we released the EP last year, and just performing songs out, it's so neat to see how people react to different songs. And every time we sing You Rock My Rodeo, people love it. People are dancing, people are moving. And so I said, I can't not let this be a single. We got to see what this does at country radio. So I'm excited, and it goes for ads here in just a couple of weeks. So I can't wait.
Now, of all your influences and people you've performed with or maybe written with, what education, what learning do you take from these artists
Oh gosh.
as you see them perform? And
I watch performance videos all the time, and I'm like, oh, that move's really cool. Oh, I could incorporate this. Oh, I could do this. And I've really learned that you never stop learning. You're never going to know it all. Every writing appointment, every person that writes with a totally different style. Every person that you go into the studio with, some people want the lights off. Some people want the lights on. Some people want to wear their pajamas. Some people want their shoes off. There's no wrong way to do music. It's totally about you. It's a personal thing, and as an artist, that's what you're doing. You're creating art, and you're just hoping to move people with your songs and your performances and whatever you're doing as an artist. And I just hope to inspire people.
who have you learned from the most as far as watching them perform, man or woman? I mean, who do you take from the most?
There's as far as like just crazy energy, I watched a lot of Carrie Underwood. This is not a country artist, but I watched a lot of Pink because she puts so much into her performances. I mean, she's like crawling on things and jumping and on the ground and up and down. And I don't necessarily do all those moves. I don't think that would go over too well for me. I'd probably fall on my face. But I also love like watching Kelsey Ballerini because even in acoustic performances with her and a guitar, it's so natural. And that's what you want to look like on stage. It's easy. I'm like, what am I doing with this arm? Is this arm looking weird? Like, is this okay? Am I doing like the one arm show? Am I good? But that's what you think about on stage sometimes. You're like, I hope that this looks right. And so I video myself a lot too. Yeah.
Well, that's
Learn
a good
from myself.
education. Yeah. Now, if there was a woman tour, who would you want to be on that tour?
Oh gosh, like I was part of it and I got to pick my lineup. Okay, let's think about this. I absolutely love Mickey Guyton would have to be on it. She's a dear friend and I love her to death. Leah Turner, holy cow, that's just awesomeness. I think Kelsey Ballerini, I've met her a couple times and she's such just a doll and a good person. And I think there's so many talented people. You want to be surrounded by, just beautiful souls and people that are going to encourage you and inspire you. And so those would be a few. I mean, and then I got to say, Carrie Underwood or Miranda Lambert, if they want to jump on that train, that's awesome with me.
Well, let's give them a call.
Okay, exactly.
We'll give them a call.
I'll call their people.
Yeah.
Have my people call their people.
Yeah. So what's in store now the rest of the year other than your tour over at the UK in August?
A lot of fun stuff. We hit the road pretty hard. So we'll just in a couple of weeks we'll head out to the UK for the first few shows. Then a lot of touring, a lot of national anthems. Actually, I love sports. So doing national anthems at sporting events is one of my favorite things. So I've got a few of those. I fly up to Seattle for a Mariners game. I go out to Phoenix for a Diamondbacks game. Obviously the UK tour will take up a lot of time. I'll release a new music video for You Rock My Rodeo. And then oh yeah, my brother's getting married in October, so that's kind of a big deal.
And you're very active on social media.
Yeah, I'll be tweeting in the meantime.
So where can fans who really don't know of you,
Right.
what is their best avenue to find out about you?
So SaraBeth Music houses everything, but I'm probably on Twitter the most. I feel like that's the easiest place to respond to people, and I like interacting. But Twitter is at SB Swags, and then everything else is SaraBeth TX.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Sara Beth, we appreciate your time. We enjoy your music, and you enjoy the rest of your CMA Fest.
Thank you.
And safe travels over to the UK.
Thank you so
Thank you, and
much.
have a great day.